Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Barber, back again. Just trying to drop some dimes. It's time to drop some dimes. Excuse me. So, just wrapping up my day. Today is Saturday, the 11th, and day's already done. I wanted to talk just in general. Just wanted to speak to anybody that's planning to be a barber. Anyone that's gonna get into the barber game like that. If you're young or you're just still trying to grow in the business, I highly recommend that you understand the difference between paying booth rent, which is 1099, and doing commission and being a like an employee as a W-2 form. Sorry. It's just been a long day. Really, what a lot of the things that I've experienced in my 7 years of owning a business. Just to let y'all know, 7 years I've spent trying to grow my own shop and my own name, my own business. The first shop that I opened was Cardsmatic, which I had for 2 years. Then things didn't work out. I walked away, separated from that, and then I ended up opening House of Cards, and I've been running this for over 5 years. So it's been 7 years and some change. When I was at Razor Sharp prior to opening Cardsmatic, I was there with that shop for like 8 years, 7 years, something like that, and I was a manager at the mall location for 3 years. I would say 3 years, something like that. And the problems that I always end up having with barbers that come to my shop, or young barbers, or any barber that's come through here, when they don't have their own clientele, I usually try to give them structure so they understand what the difference between commission is, or the difference between, being your own contractor, 1099. And I never really had an agreement sheet, so that's something I would tell you to look up. You just got to Google contractor agreement, something like that. I know there's a guy on YouTube that he prints out PDFs for you. Like he has a PDF file for you that you can print out. So when you talk about doing commission work, basically what you're saying is, I'm willing to work, and we split the percentage. So if you do like 50-50 commission, as many people as you can cut one day, you split whatever it is, that the amount that you make. And so if you cut 10 people at $30, one day, that's $300. So you get 150, the shop gets 150. When you're doing commission, the shop isn't also taking part in promoting, providing you with cleaning supplies, paper towels, all that kind of stuff. And on your end, you commit to being there 8 to, whatever hours, that the shop is open. So you're basically an employee, and you're doing commission work. And there could be a base price that they can pay you. Like, say you're guaranteed to get paid $6 an hour, whether you cut hair or not. Then on top of that, you get whatever services you're doing, and the business is going to promote services, whether it's cut and shave, whether it's designs, whatever it is, you have an agreement with them. Now, most barbers in San Antonio that I know don't want to do that. They think in their head they're losing too much money because they don't see the big picture, and they don't see all the behind the scenes and what it takes to build up a clientele, to build up a reputation, what it is to pay taxes after it's all said and done, building equity within the business, running everything, taking care of all the stuff that needs to be taken care of. There's a lot of moving parts when you own a business. Paying insurance, paying the rent, covering things when things do break, when things are running low on supplies, all that kind of stuff. So most barbers that I know in San Antonio want to do booth rent. So basically, they're like, I'll pay $200 a week, and I'll work at my pace, and I don't need any walk-ins. Basically, that's what you're paying booth rent for. And if you do help with walk-ins, that's great, which is a great thing to do because, you can make a lot more money. But most barbers that I know tend to not have the mentality like I'm gonna cut as many people as I can. Majority of guys don't want to follow structure. They want to do things their way. And it's like, oh, I don't feel like getting up early. I'm gonna go to work late today. Oh, my first appointment's not till 11. Oh, I gotta go take my son to the doctor. Oh, I gotta take my girlfriend. I gotta go pet my dog. I gotta go whatever. There's all types of stuff. There's always excuses when it comes to that. Then, when you have that kind of mentality, you feel like you're entitled to that freedom to leave and come in late and to a certain extent you can, but there's a lot of pros and cons to that, and we could talk about that right now, which is this is what I want to make this video for, just to make it clear for some people out there that may not understand, or I don't know if anyone's ever broken it down to you. So the repercussions of you not being available early, when people do come in early and no one's here or no one's at the shop to get those people and to accommodate them, most people they're gonna know and they're gonna talk. Just like anything, bad news travels faster than good news. So if a person comes in here and they're like, "Man, where are your barbers at?" I'm like, "Man, they're not here yet. You know, as soon as someone gets here, we can take care of you." Well, man, I don't got a lot of time to wait, so that's cool. I'll go somewhere else. All right, sir. Sorry about that. He goes and tells two people, and another person does the same thing. They go and tell four people. Yeah, man, don't go to that shop, bro. I went there last time, and they don't hustle, man. They're not professional. Nobody was there, that kind of stuff. And that's happened before, and I know it's happened because they write it on our Google, and they'll let people know that, or they'll write it on our Facebook page or whatever, or I'll get an email. So that's one repercussion from it. Two is when you're not available to be here, that one person that went to go tell two other people, that one person is a customer, and your job as a commission, as a contractor, self-contractor, and you're a barber, your job is to convert customers into clients, and then from being a client into being like family. That's your job. That's the structure. So by you being here and being available and being ready to service that person, not only can he tell two other people the good news about you, he can then in return be your regular client. Because most men that I know want a barber that they can trust, that they can build with, that they can get their haircut with, that they can call, hang out with, go to basketball games, football games, do stuff like that. And even if your fathers, father bonding, like your kid's the same as my kid as far as age, let's go bowling, let's go do this. There's a lot of bonding that can happen in my experience. So not only are you preventing that person from telling two other people bad news by you being here, also enables you to turn that person into a client and then into a family member. So that's another thing. So that's why it's important that when you commit to being a barber, you don't promote for Thursday on Thursday. You don't even promote for Thursday on Wednesday. You have to promote Thursday on Monday and Tuesday. And you're always promoting 2 or 3 days ahead of time. And if you can't do it that way, I wouldn't recommend that you have your phone and texting, and that's old school. You don't need that. There's so many apps that'll help. You have the Square app that makes appointments for you. You have Booksy, you have Squire, you have the Cut app, you have Schedulicity. The list goes on. You can make your own website on Google. Go on YouTube, how to make your own website on Google, and they break it down for you. Then you can get your link from any of those apps, put it on your website. Once you have your website, www.imthebarber.com, whatever your name is, wear a shirt that says that. And if you don't have the money to go print a shirt somewhere, you can go to Hobby Lobby and get the iron, and then it's like a sheet, and it has letters. Costs like $10, and it has like double letters, of all the letters and blah 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 blah. Wear a shirt that says "I am a barber," and on the back, iron your www, whatever your name is. You can do that. Put that on your car, your website. Put it on your car. Design a logo for yourself. You don't know what kind of logo you want. Okay, let me help you with that. Look at the logo of your favorite basketball teams. Look at the logos of your favorite attire, whether it's Nike. Look at retro Nike logos, retro football logos. Look at companies that went out of business. Type in your Google companies that went out of business in the 90s. Look at those logos. Use all those logos and combine them and make yourself a logo. What's your name? What's your go-to name? What is something that man, this is crazy. I have this one hair that's just like sticking straight up. What's the one thing that stands out the most about you that you like to do, whether it's designs, whether it's shaving, whether it's doing hair dye, whether it's doing SMP, whether it's color, whatever it is that you do, the tools that you use to do that, put it in your logo. Just draw them out, sketch them out on paper. And if you can't draw that good, just print them out and stick them on, glue them together so you can have, just an idea of what it is, cut and paste, like literally on paper. Print them out and cut it and paste on each other and say, okay, I have kind of the idea of what I want. That's just a simple way of doing it. And then once you have your logo, you wear the hell out of that logo everywhere you go. Stop wearing Nike, stop wearing Puma, Adidas, Jordan. Stop wearing all that. You're making them money. You need to make you money. You know what I'm saying? So if and if you run out of ideas or if you want to wear shirts, man, I got this right here. Instead of a big red, you could put on there big fades, something, and make it look like this kind of logo, right? There's all these logos, simply orange, simply faded, kind of convert them. You got, Chick-fil-A. That's their, once you see that, it's Chick-fil-A. Why don't you, check your fade, whatever. You gotta think, man, and use what you got to build yourself up. There's so much that you can do instead of Netflix, next to fade. I don't know, man. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but you got to think that way, and your vision for yourself needs to be projected into other people, and that's how you build yourself up. That's how you have your attire. That's how you connect that to your website, and then from your website you connect your Instagram, your Facebook, your business pages, your Twitter, your TikTok, your YouTube. And if you don't have a YouTube, I don't care if you don't have a following. I don't care if you only have 10 followers. I put these videos. I don't target just one person or individuals, or I don't even get that many views. But I know that one day this video is going to find you and you're going to be like, yo, this helped me. I don't have a script. I know I can do that. I can separate everything and do my points and all that. I'm not doing that. I freestyle this because I'm speaking from the heart. I'm just genuine about helping people build their future up. How much money can you make after becoming a barber is up to you. You can make $500 a week or you can make $5,000 a week. It depends. How do you make $5,000 a week? You probably ask yourself. Well, you can do fades. You can do beards. You can do dyeing people's hair, charging for that. You can do SMP, which is the tattooing. Just by doing SMP, bro, you can do 2 or 3 people, and that's 5 G's in 1 week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you're done. You made your $5,000 for the week, and you're good. So you don't know how to do SMP? All right, well, you got to learn. Guess what? It's about $4,000 to $5,000 for the course. There's plenty of people out there that are teaching nowadays. So if you make that a priority and learn how to do that, you'll make your money. And then on your slow days, you can do fades. There's so much in the barber game. You can design your own stuff, design your own shirts that people wear for you. You could make socks. I mean, razors, razor blades. There's so many people on Alibaba that production companies that'll make capes for you, that'll make jackets for you, that'll make barber croc pins for you. I mean, think about what everybody wears, man. People like wearing short. Make some barber shorts that people want to rock. And it doesn't have to have your name. I mean, there's so many things that you can do in the barber community. What do barbers need? You know, how even like let's just think of something else off the top of my head. Oh, the car scents. You know how people like the Puerto Rican flags and all that. Make a barber pole, man. That's a barber scent. You know what I'm saying? Nike just released some Air Force Ones that are the barbershop, edition. I mean, there's certain things that we just love because it connects to the barber world. There's so many things that you can do. I'm just throwing stuff out there, man. There's people that may not be brainstorming the way I do. They may not see it the way I do, but I'm a visionary and I'm about solutions. When you identify problems, don't just identify them for nothing. You need to identify them and be like, okay, how can I find the solution? Because once I find the solution, then I can get paid. So it's not just about haircuts and fades. Yes, you need to learn how to master doing edge ups, how to master adjusting your clippers, how to be able to get a full haircut. I'm talking about skin fade, texture of the hair, faded, do the beard, edge up, razor, everything within the hour. How much is that service? $50 to $60 for all that. Oh, and you want me to do the hair dye and just for men, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's another $15. People pay, man. People pay. And you don't have to cut 20 people a day. You could cut 5 at that price, at the premium price. Other people you can follow that'll break things down for you. I'll name a few people that I follow that are friends of mine. Off the top of my head, that'll break things down for you really well is Rick Morin, the People's Barber out of Corpus Christi. Follow him on Instagram, the People's Barber, wall educator, business owner, entrepreneur, good mentor, great friend, runs the Texas Barber Expo, has a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? He's an example. Not only does he talk about it, he lives it and he shares it every day on his Instagram. Another person that shares a lot of information, that is very successful, that breaks things down, is Miguel Rosas. He's also a wall educator out of Chicago. Follow him on Instagram. I forgot his Instagram style. Oh, style something. Man, I forgot his IG. But if you go to the Wall Wheat Team, you'll see his name on there and you'll get all his info. SMP, he teaches SMP. He has a couple classes actually in Texas coming up. That's another dude that I'm telling you shares gems, owns a school, owns a barber shop, doing big things, great information. Got my boy Danny. He's a educator for Andis, Success Addict. And you got to follow him on IG. Breaks a lot of stuff down, owns his own shop, been in the game for a long time. Pioneer in the barber game. Not only that, he's about the shoe game. He's about the culture. The dude, he's a monster, but very, very grounded, very humble, very talented, outgoing, very charismatic, and very good dear friend, man. There's more people that I can talk about that not only do they speak about education, not only do they show you, they live it out in their life and you see how they do it every day. And I don't know what it is why you became a barber. I don't know if you like the lifestyle. I don't know if you like the freedom. I don't know if you like cutting hair, like legit love cutting hair. I don't know if you just didn't want to work outside in the heat. I don't know I don't know. I don't know because I don't know you. But what I can tell you is this. You better get very familiar with what it is to be a professional. If you want to do this for a long time or if you want to be successful with it, you better fall in love with it, man. Because I've seen people like my boy Pacino's Eric is a real good friend of mine. I seen him from being, in New York, doing celebrities, Ludacris, Nas, you know what I'm saying, cutting Kevin Hart, all these people doing real big things, man. When I met him, he actually called me up after I had did that Michael Jordan haircut that's on my channel. Came out on ESPN. I mean, that thing went viral before I knew what viral meant. And next thing I know, I'm getting phone calls from ESPN. I'm getting phone calls from USA Today. I'm getting phone calls from Fox, NBA.com, blah, blah, blah. All these people are blowing up my phone. Next thing I know, Curtis Smith called me. Big shout out to Curtis Smith, Exotics. He called me too. And at the time, he was Puff Daddy's barber on the road doing. I think that was like right around the time that they were doing the making the band. I think they had just finished wrapping that up. So I know Curtis was in there. So he called me up too. It was crazy when that Michael Jordan haircut came out, man. Believe me, I was the first. I was the original portrait barber from San Antonio. That was the first one to do it. No one else had been doing it like me. And it is what it is, but whatever. But I got a phone call from Eric, and he wanted me to do the Michael Jordan haircut on his app. So at the time, he had a Pacino's app that got all the barbers that he liked that were doing designs or whatever they specialized in, and we all did our specialty on his app, and people were buying the app from him. I think they were buying it for like $1. So Eric made a good move off of that. Then he built from the app, he built his razor, shaving cream, pomade, shampoo, and then that's how we went on tour around America. And I went on tour with him twice. And I'm telling you, man, he went from being that to being a millionaire. Straight up. Y'all can go follow him on IG. And you'll see that becoming a barber, you have all these different lanes that you can be in. You can become a business owner. You can become a school owner. You can become your own product line. You become your own, you can become an educator for a company. You can work for different companies. There's so much you can do. So I want y'all to understand that. But at the bottom of everything, all these guys that I just mentioned, all the things that they did, they were good at cutting hair first before all these other things came in. You get to a point where, even me, I'm at a point where I love to cut hair, but I'm not in love with cutting hair anymore. Because I have people around me that are not as driven, is not as disciplined, and they're young. So it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal against any individual in my shop. I just wish, it's like being on a basketball team and you want to win a title so bad that you burn yourself out trying to prove and be the leader of the team, and you're like, man, you feel like Kobe, waking up at 3, waking up at 4, doing all that kind of stuff, and then you give it your best, and at the end you don't feel like you're getting closer to getting that victory. Because when it comes to unity in a barbershop, you want to see everybody grinding. You want to see everybody making money. You want to see everybody getting in at the same time. Everybody comes in early and everybody stays till close. That's what you want to see. That's what you want. That's what I want. And when I explain that to some of the barbers, sometimes they're like, well, nah, I woke up late. Well, nah, my daughter. Nah, my son. Nah, my girl. Nah, my this. Nah, my that. And I understand stuff happens, man. I'm not trying to be hard on everybody. But I can tell you this, man, in the 20 years that I've been cutting hair, I've probably taken 5 days off of work because of incidents outside the shop. And because I have those high standards, I expect other people to have those kind of standards. Because they tell me like, man, Joe, I want to make this much money. I want to do this. I want to do that. Man, Joe, it's been slow at the shop. It's been this, it's been that. And I explain to them, the shop is never slow. The shop is just a location. Now, if you get walk-ins, that's a blessing. It's a plus. This place is for you to grow yourself. I'll help you, but I cannot help you if you're not helping yourself. If you're not putting in the time by being here and showing like, you know what, dog, I'm here, bro. And if there's nobody here, you clean your station. Once your station's clean, you take pictures, post, You post on Facebook on this and that, and like I said, if you're not working to get your website designed and all that and updated and getting your app and all that, bro, I'm telling you, please listen to me what I tell you. All those things that I told you earlier, please do them. I promise you, man, it's gonna make a world of a difference. The next thing you can do is go on Illusion's page, look him up. He makes capes and jackets, and he makes barber cards. He has cards that are already pre-made. You just change them, put your name, invest in business cards. Invest in business cards, please. And if you're getting paid Cash App, put your SKU on your business card. So people can, when it's time to get paid, right? Say they don't have cash. You give them your business card and just tell them, oh, the SKU's on there. Boop. They turn it around and, oh, cool. They can pay you Cash App, whatever. Just giving you ideas, man. Just giving you ideas. But please make your own little flyer, whether it's for Father's Day, whether it's like holidays. Aim for the holidays. So on those holidays, the day before, you can have a little special. Say, you know what, Father's Day, man, we're going to hook you up. I'm going to give away a basket full of, whatever you want to put in there. And everybody that gets a haircut on Saturday, we'll announce their winner Sunday, something like that, right? So you invest some money in that and fill your books up. You don't even have to do that, but that's something that you can do. And you could build that up to the day of. So the whole month of whatever, we're going to work on promoting this. So people were like, oh, the more you come, the more chances you have of winning this Xbox, PlayStation, drinks, magazines, whatever you feel you want to make that basket of for a man. Deodorant, cologne. I mean, I'm just naming stuff off the top of my head that you can throw in there that men like. Tools, whatever. You can buy tools at a Goodwill. You can buy tools. Sometimes they have like a little cabinet where they have like the good stuff. You could buy $30, $20, though. Throw it in the, in the basket. You can go to Harbor Freight, buy some stuff on there. Man, you can make the basket $50 max, right? Throw some t-shirts in there, throw whatever. Think of something, man. Look for the deals, throw it in there. People, and then you wrap it so people can, oh man, look, I'm inside the basket. They got this, they got that, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, I'm just throwing something out there to help you. Because people that I've worked with over the years here at my shop they want me, they think, man, I'm going to go work with Joe Barber. It's going to be dope. Man, it's going to be busy. And then they find out that, damn, Joe's busy, but the shop's not always busy. At one time, my shop was really busy before COVID. And what happened was the movie theaters closed down. A lot of the barbers weren't here anymore. So what happened is that we lost all the momentum that we were working towards. A lot of the barbers that I had here, they left. They didn't like that the shop was so big. They didn't like that I was always frustrated with the barbers that were not performing. Then they wanted to leave. Or once I shared that I wanted to open up a school, one of my barbers left because she's like, man, well, where am I going to cut if you open a school, blah, blah, blah. So then they leave. And they go to other shops and that they really don't like, but they have too much pride to say, you know what, Joe, I want to come back. So, or whatever. They feel like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to stick it out, whatever. And for me, I'm a big dreamer, man. And it's not easy. It's not easy being the leader of the pack. Because when I do good, people get mad because I'm busy. When I'm not doing good and I'm frustrated, I try to figure out a way to get the shop to be busy. And when I invest money into Instagram and putting posts out there and getting people to come, we get busy and the barbers are like, well, I already got my appointments. I can't do walk-ins today. So I'm looking around and nobody wants to do walk-ins. So I have to stop what I'm doing and start squeezing people in or back myself up. Or I have to let people know, like, you know what, man, I'm very sorry. We don't have enough help. And I don't want to waste your time. If you want to wait, I'll get you myself. I don't know what the time frame is going to look like. And then, the other barbers, I'll cut 3 people. They'll be cutting 1 person. And I try to, if I speed cut, I can cut regular haircuts. I could do a fast cut like in 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's a skin fade, trim, clean up, edge up real quick. But when it comes to doing like my kind of haircut, texturize on the top, depending on how coarse the hair is and how smooth, if there are any dips, any fat, whatever. All that stuff I got to take into account. So it might last a little bit more, 35 minutes, depending on 45 minutes, depending on what, I'm doing. But I try not to rush through haircuts. I try to give all my clients, if you're getting just a regular fade, a two on top, whatever, it's a 30-minute haircut. But if you're getting a skin fade and you have long hair, you've grown your hair out for a couple weeks or maybe a month, it takes me a little bit longer. And that's what happens. And I got to do the mustache, the beard, clean up the eyebrows, clean up the edge up, make sure everything's right. I usually, when it comes to a full service cut, it's an hour. That's what I try to do. And I charge, 50 to 60 bucks for that. I have a 2-kid combo where I cut 2 kids in an hour, 30 minutes each. Hopefully the kids, they listen and they stay still. But either way, man, I try to stay as busy as possible. And not only that, I got to maintain my composure, maintain my energy, and cut all my people. Still be here to make sure the shop's clean. Still, even right now, as soon as I'm done with this video, I got to clean up my office, clean up after myself. I got to go clean my station, and then I'll go home. And that's what I'm doing today. But I wanted to make this video to help any person out there. You're a girl, you're a guy. Be a professional first, and all the stuff that I talked about and all the things you can do, that's going to come. But if you don't have the foundation of cutting hair and disciplining yourself, you can't be out partying. You can't be out that. You have to sacrifice that, man. And some people have been cutting hair for 2 or 3 years, and then they want to coach basketball, and then they want to race cars, and then they want to go mountain bike riding and go like to the ocean. They want to do. I'm like, look, man, the first 2 to 3 years of your career, you want to plant yourself down. And you want to be committed to cutting hair every day as much as you can. Because just like anything, is repetition. The more cuts you can do, the more ethnicities, whether it's black, white, Asian, Mexican, Honduran, people from, Middle Eastern, whatever it is, you want to cut everybody. You want to cut everybody. You want to understand what they want, what the style is, how they like it, how to speak to people. All those things, man, you need to learn that. And it all starts by you just cutting hair, making sure that you understand the start, the middle, and the finish. That's the key to all this barbering stuff. How you start the haircut, once you reach the middle of your haircut, how much have you done, how much you have left to do, and how you wrap up a haircut. When you wrap up a haircut, I mean like you're already done with the haircut, you did the razor edge up, you did all this razor, clean it up, make sure that it looks good, double check your work, make sure you get, whether it's a warm towel, wash their face, whatever you got to do, get some Noxzema, clean all the oil on their face, whatever it is. All these little things, get some aftershave, put it on their face, spray it, whatever you got to do. Those are all that's how you wrap up a cut. Make sure it's clean. Make sure you give them something where it makes them feel like, oh man, that smells good. Some natural, organic, whatever your choice is. That's how you wrap up a cut. Clean up after yourself. Hey man, appreciate you. If you need me, holla at me, blah, blah, blah. Here's my app. Remember, I got you. Whatever it is. That's how you wrap up a cut. Finish it with a dab, a hug. All right, man. Be safe out there. Love you, bro. Can't wait to see you next time. Then you clean up your station. Get ready for your next cut. So there's a middle. There's a starting point. How you start it. The middle part of it. So what I mean by middle, you already know how much time. So if you give yourself 45 minutes at the 20-minute mark, if you have your watch or your phone, you should be halfway done with the haircut. And you got to tell yourself this. Like, okay, man, I'm already at the halfway point. Okay, I need to wrap this up. And you got to train yourself to do that. Beginning, middle, and end. And when you master that, you're going to get it smaller and smaller and smaller, where you can tighten it up a little bit. Have great conversation. People like to talk about positive things. Try not to talk about negativity. Don't share all your drama in the shop. Don't talk about how you're feeling sad, how your wife left you, don't talk about that. Just talk about positive stuff, man. And it's best if you do that. I'm telling you from experience, because there's times when I may share things that are bothering me, but then I have to double check myself, because when people hear it, they may hear it and be like, they'll hear what they want to hear. I'm sharing with my friend, most of my customers I've been cutting for a long time, and I'll share with them how I'm feeling. Someone might take it personal, or it might offend somebody, the way I interpret my situation and how I move along it. I've learned that. So majority of the time, I try to tell myself when I get to work not to talk about anything negative, not to share any of my feelings or my frustration with people because other people are listening. And that's one thing that I would just tell you from experience is just share positive stuff, man, and make it about fun. Make it about like laughing, joking. Try not to get too serious at the barbershop. Try not to talk about religion. Try not to talk about politics. I'm telling you, man, those are the rules in the barbershop. You don't want to do that. And keep all your family business at home, man. Leave that stuff outside the door. And just, try to do your best with just staying positive. Um, those are the things that I wanted to really like touch base on, man. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of other things about being a barber. And I really want people to be successful. I really do. But some people don't like structure, and then they don't like being held accountable, and they don't like the mirror being put in front of their face when they say that they're not making enough money. And I'm like, okay, well, how many hours have you put in this week? Well, what do you mean? Well, how many hours have you been here? Well, man, I've been here like at least 20. And I'm like, okay. And those 20 hours, how many of those hours have you invested into promoting yourself or working towards getting promotion done for yourself? Oh, well, man, I don't know, like an hour at least. Okay, so that's what you think you're worth is an hour. You think that an hour of your time is going to give you the results that you want. So you're telling me that this whole week that you've been here, you've only put one whole hour into promoting to let people know, hey, I'm here if you need me. And I always bring up, do you think that McDonald's, after they make $1 billion a year, do you think that they're gonna stop making commercials? Do you think they're not gonna do you think they're only gonna make one commercial a day? Like, think about it. How many places have commercials on the radio, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TV, Sports Center, whatever. All these people, they have a budget for marketing. Why? Why don't you have a budget for marketing? Doesn't have to be like money all the time, just your time. Like, make yourself some flyers, download Canva, make yourself some flyers. You don't know how to use Canva? YouTube it and then learn how to make them. Then you're going to make yourself digital flyers and you could download them and post them on your social media, on your website, like I told you. And it'll share all that. And there's apps that'll post for you. And it'll ask you, do you want me to post it now or do you want me to post it later? What time do you want me to post it? Guess what? There's prime hours on Instagram. There's prime hours on TikTok. Learn about the algorithm, how many times you have to go live, how many videos you have to put, how many, what are the trending sounds? Use the trending sounds, build up your following. Those are all things that you need to do instead of watching Netflix, instead of watching Disney, instead of watching all that nonsense. Work towards your dream. Take all these notes, write them down, and understand when's the peak hours for Instagram, when's the peak hours for TikTok, when's the peak hours for Facebook. Do I have a business Facebook? No, let me make one. All these things are going to help you build up your brand. So when you build up your brand, you get closer to whether you want to be the next Pacino's, the next A-Rod, the next whatever. That's how you do it. There's no secret. There's no magic bullet. There's no magic razor. You have to put in the work. And I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. If you're a talented barber and you have the clientele and you're doing good things, there's new levels and there's always new devils. So remember that no matter what you inspire or aspire to do, aspire to do. I think that's what it is. Whatever you want to become, whatever type of entrepreneur, whatever, you want to build up, understand that you have to be passionate about it. Don't rush into it and don't expect too much from other people because it's your dream and it's you at the end of the day that's going to make it or break it for yourself. And always remember to hustle for your last name and not just your first name. You need to remember that you're doing this for your family. You're doing this for the people that believed in you, the people that were there for you. And maybe you might only have 2 or 3 people, but that's 2 or 3 people that are solid and that believe in you. And those are the people you need to hustle for. That's the reason you got to get up at 6 in the morning and get your day started. I get up as early as I can. I promote myself. I get on my IG. I share on my story. I might put a post up here and there and do my thing. But if you really want to get it right, like I said, there's an algorithm for everything. You study how to manipulate that algorithm, how many times you got to go live. And maybe y'all don't even like going live. Maybe you don't want your face to be out there like that. You know, you don't want to do that. You got to find other ways to get yourself out there, man, and let your work speak for itself. Because if you want to be successful, you can do it. You can definitely do it. But you got to be disciplined and you got to fall in love with the process of becoming a barber. I didn't have a blueprint. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anyone that I could confide in other than my girl when I needed someone to listen to and really critique me. She did and did it out of love. And I couldn't take it personal. I had to push my pride aside and say, you know what? What do you think I'm doing wrong? And what can I do better? So you got to have those kind of people in your life. And I think that about wraps it up for me today. If you watch this whole video, man, I appreciate you. I'm just doing what I love. And I want people to understand that no matter what's going on in life, you always have an option. Are you going to become the next millionaire? Who knows? But you better start acting like one if that's what you want to be. You better start thinking and start looking like, well, how do millionaires live their life? What do they do that I'm not doing? Because they all started somewhere. Not all of them were born into money, man. And like I said, a lot of the guys that I mentioned, none of them were born into money. None of them. But we have a great opportunity here as entrepreneurs. We have a great opportunity, social media. We have a great opportunity with the skills that we have that people are looking for. And shout out to all the big dogs that have made something of themselves. I mean, there's a lot of people that I didn't mention, but I got so much love for so many people out there that are in their own lane, doing their own thing. And regardless, I have no hate towards anyone. All the business owners, the shop owners, the school owners, the everybody that's putting in the work, I commend you because it's not easy, man. Sometimes we have those bad days. We don't pay rent. You pay the light bill late. You don't have money for gas. There's, because you're pouring into your business and you're trying to keep it afloat. We have inflation kicking our ass right now. And I don't see any relief in sight for a lot of us. So you better tighten up and you better be real. And you better be committed to this because I don't know how much y'all pay to go to your school and if you have funding or if you got a scholarship. But if you owe money, take care of it. You owe taxes, take care of it. You owe somebody, take care of it. Because the day's going to come, man, where you're going to be that guy and you're going to have to maintain yourself. And it's all about habits. You either develop good habits or bad ones. And there's going to be days where you got to look in the mirror and be like, man, what are my bad habits? Am I drinking too much? Am I smoking too much? Am I playing too much video games? Am I doing too much Netflix? Am I sleeping in too much? Am I not eating healthy? And am I drinking too much, soda? Am I not drinking enough water? Am I not? All these bad habits, you got to get rid of them. You have to get rid of them and focus. And I promise you, you're going to get the results that you want. You really will. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now. I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to understand that, when I'm gone, I want people to remember me as being a good person, not just a great barber or a great artist or a great anything else, man. I just want people to know that, hey, I was genuine. I was giving. I cared. And I want people to know you matter. I don't care if you are not good looking. I don't care if you don't got straight teeth. I don't care if you're overweight. I don't care if whatever, man. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you see yourself the way you see yourself. And if you don't like what you see, change it. Change it. I'm not being mean, man. I'm being real. Change it. You feel like you're overweight, change your diet. You feel like you're sick, change your diet and fix the way you You feel like you're not making enough money, change your mind and try to think of like what other ways I can make money. How can I increase my revenue? How can I do this? Study and apply. That's all it takes, man. Study and apply. Nobody's gonna come save you. Not your mom, not your dad, not your grandma, not your tío, not your tía. It's all on you. It's you versus you. You came into this world by yourself and you're leaving by yourself. Either you're going to leave a legacy or you're going to leave debt for the rest of your family to deal with. Which one is it going to be? It's on you. All right, man. Y'all stay blessed and y'all stay faded.